You're listening to the Simon and Alex Show podcast.
Yeehaw! Howdy, Simon.
Hi, Alex.
It's the
Yeah,
good, the bad, and the ugly, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cowboys.
you're looking forward to the Wild West week, I guess.
Just needed any excuse to shout, Simon.
Mm-hmm. It must be wonderful living in an empty house and being able to do that.
Yep, pretty much. Have you had a rootin' tootin' week?
I've been alright. You may have noticed something different about me, which no one at home can realise.
We'll put a photo up.
We're not putting a photo up.
You took my advice.
Yeah.
For the last, since I found a photo of you without a beard, I've been telling you to get rid of the beard. You just look adorable without one.
It's because it's been a while since I've last gone without one, so I wanted to see what I'd look like nowadays without any facial hair. And it's about as expected. I look like a child.
So the photos you showed me, you were a child, and I was like,
Yeah.
if you lose your facial hair, you're gonna look like a man that's adorable. But you lost it, and you just look like a child again.
I've always looked like this, Alex. I've just been hiding it.
Well, it's not a bad look.
No, I mean, you didn't really know me in first year, and I
didn't
for
know you
a lot
at
of the
all
time.
in first year. I didn't know you at all until the day you moved into our house.
Yeah, a lot of the time I was like clean shaven throughout the first year, and I guess like the 2 or 3 times I bumped into you, I hadn't shaven in a bit. So must be just new for you.
Yeah, it's different.
It is different.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it might take a while to get used to.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's winning me over now.
It would be like me without a beard.
Yeah.
You haven't seen me.
Well, that would be weird, Alex.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll put 2 photos up of me and put it to a vote.
Oh yeah, put it on our story. I'd be down for that. Yeah, see what the people.
I'm not so sure I would be down for that. I did take before and after pictures though.
In fairness, I do think that I should get the deciding vote because
I don't think
No. The listeners, they have to do exactly that. They have to listen to you. I have to look at you whilst we record.
Yeah.
So
counterpoint. I don't want to make life decisions based on your opinion.
I like to think I have good judgment.
Everything I know about you has made me think that you have anything but good judgment.
Can you expand on that, please?
I mean, can you tell me what you almost bought this week, Alex? Because you can't go around claiming you've got good judgment.
So
after
this
what's
film
happened
is the good, the bad, and the ugly.
No.
I think we should
we're going into this.
quickly put in a segue and start talking about that.
We're not talking about that just yet. Alex, what did you try to buy on an eBay auction?
I need to make this very clear. It was
Right.
never my intention to buy it.
Okay, which is why you put up a lot of money to buy it.
There was a boat on eBay on an auction. I'd done my research. These boats were a lot more than what the guy was asking for it.
Yeah.
It was an auction, so it still had like a day left. I thought it'd be funny to bid £420 and 69 pence.
Of course, yeah.
Taking the total bid for me up to £420.69. Then, because the boat's worth so much more, I would get automatically outbid straight away. I'd be able to screenshot the little thing where it said that you bid £420.69, and it would be a funny haha story.
Of course, yeah.
What actually happened was I bid £420.69 and sat as the highest bidder until 5 seconds before the end of the auction, where I got outbid by £20. So there was only £20 in it for a boat that I hadn't read the description for before I put the bid in. It didn't have a motor. It was 15 foot long. I thought it'd be a little thing. 15 foot long, which is crazy. I didn't have a tow bar, so I couldn't actually pick the boat up, and I had nowhere to keep it. I don't have a trailer license, so I can't I can't tow something that heavy with my car license. But I didn't win it. So did I learn anything? No, I don't think I did.
This is why Is my main question. Like, yeah, I get you think it'd be funny to bid £420 and 69 pence on something, but is it funny enough to risk that amount of money?
Yeah, but the boat itself was worth about £1.50. But I just didn't realise it didn't have a motor.
Yeah. So you should read things, is what you're saying.
But
especially if you're putting up hundreds of pounds.
I'm a very spontaneous guy. And
of course.
I like to commit.
Right, yeah.
If I came to you and I said, "Oh, I've got this funny story," I could have bid $420.69 on a boat. You'd be like, "Okay, but you didn't."
Well, equally, right now I'm more thinking you didn't buy a boat for £420 and 69 pence.
But for 9 hours,
yes,
I was the top bidder, and honestly, that whole day, I was sick. Like, I felt like I'd been kicked in the balls. Like, it was bad. I was on the edge of just... yeah.
This is why you don't do this, Alex.
Like, if I'd won it, I would have just had to ghost the guy. Like, I just couldn't have bought it.
You don't risk money as a joke.
Yeah, but I got away, so...
Yeah, because you're lucky.
Yeah. And until my luck runs out, then I'll just continue to be me.
It's going to have to run out at some point, because you were just a series of bad decisions followed up by very fortunate luck.
That's my entire life, and I'm terrified for the day that it runs out, but I'm going to ride that wave, and I'm going to ride that wave for as long as I can.
It's going to happen, and I'm going to be there to watch it happen. Just from a safe distance, I think.
I'd be happy if you were there to watch it happen. Yeah.
Mm. But just knowing how much good luck you've been using up, the sheer amount of bad luck that's going to have to happen to you to balance it all out is, well, it's going to be catastrophic.
The bad luck can happen to somebody else. Yeah. I have a full page in a A4 book of quite small writing, actually.
Yeah.
Of just times where I've done made bad choices and luck has prevailed.
Right.
And that's a full, like, that writing's not big. And they're not paragraphs, they're like short summaries of these stories. So
yeah. Oh no.
Maybe one day. We'll probably get through a few of them. We've told the one about the Calpol.
Yeah. That's still not ideal.
Maybe one day we'll get through some more on the podcast. But for today, I think the 420.69 boat will do.
I agree.
Have you done anything wild and spontaneous this week?
Well, I mean, there's not really much I can do that's wild and spontaneous lately. Did some baking. I tell you what, I've been playing a new game.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've got my VR headset and everything, and I recently got some new controllers for it. They came with a game.
Okay.
Well, funnily enough, it's called Half-Life Alyx.
Oh.
Yeah, where you play as Alex with a Y.
Alex with a Y?
Yeah.
Like... Oh...
Go on, figure it out.
No, I can figure it out, I just can't... I'm struggling to get it in uppercase for the listeners.
It's not an uppercase thing, it's pronouncing the letters in English or in, child speak.
Alyx.
Alyx.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, and that's what was in my head, I just couldn't... Alyx.
That's the one.
I'm practicing my ABCs.
It's amazing that at 20 years old, this is the stage your English is at.
Like, I'm good at abacus. Like, I can spell pretty quickly in lowercase.
It's not lowercase. It's not a thing.
I never learn. No, then why do you say abacus?
You don't.
You learn abacus.
No, you don't.
If no one ever learns abacadabra, how do I know abacadabra? And how do people know what I'm talking about?
I think you were taught wrong as a joke.
My primary school was just, we'll just try something out with these kids. Yeah, they'll probably end up fine.
They'll figure it out when they're older, I guess.
They won't be using this nonsense when they're 20. They'll have grown out of it by then.
Yeah. The new controllers I got for it, it's got proper like tracking for your full hand, so you can track like when you got your hand close in a fist, or if you put your middle finger up or something like that.
That would be good for Gorn.
For Gorn, yeah.
Gorn would be great at that, yeah.
That's a little arena fighting game that we have. But it's really good in this game because it was made for these controllers. So you can pick up things, and like depending on how tightly you grip it, you can like pick up a can and then crush it if you grip it hard.
I like that.
Which is really fun.
I do like that.
Yeah.
What if you're not strong enough?
I mean, your character is strong enough.
No, I mean, what if you're like a child, or the size of a child, and you can't generate enough strength in a grip for it to register?
You don't need that much strength for it.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem is, this game is very immersive, and it's also very scary. So there's parts of the game where you're in like a pitch black tunnel with a tiny little torch that you attach onto your hand.
I don't like that.
You've got like a rubbish pistol that you're using to fight off these like terrifying zombies that are just hidden around corners and stuff.
A rubbish pistol?
Yeah, it doesn't do that much damage is what I mean. It doesn't shoot rubbish.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. To reload this pistol, you actually have to properly reload it. Like, you have to take out the empty magazine, find the like bullets you have strapped to your like waist, load it in properly, cock the gun, and when something's chasing after you in like a very dark tunnel, you can't see what you're doing.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's terrifying.
That makes sense, yeah.
Especially with these, there's also like these little creatures that jump out and latch onto your face like an alien. You've not seen Alien.
I've not, but I know what an alien is.
Yeah. It like clutches onto
like
your
a
face.
Leech.
Yes.
Like a big old leech.
Yeah, that's terrifying, because then you're fumbling around with your gun trying to shoot it off without also shooting yourself in the head.
Does it let you shoot yourself in the head?
I believe so.
Oh, what a game. It's like the ultimate millennials fantasy.
That's not really something you should look forward to doing in a game, really.
I mean, better VR than R. So.
True.
Oh, what are they like for Beat Saber?
Beat Saber. They are incredibly lightweight, and Beat Saber feels great.
Okay.
Beat Saber's probably one of my favourite games, like full stop, even non-VR, I reckon.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's just great. You just listen to whatever music you want while cutting up blocks that are shooting towards you. It's like Guitar Hero.
It's Guitar Hero, but Star Wars.
Yeah, it's Guitar Hero.
With lightsabers instead of...
With lightsabers, and you actually have to exercise for it. I've got a calorie tracker for that now. So I can use it as a workout properly.
So when we go on a night out, we count how many drinks we've had, come back, put Beat Saber on.
You have to undo the calories that you've taken in. Okay. That sounds possible.
Challenge accepted, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I've got this set up though, because one of the modules that we can take next year is a VR module.
Like programming it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great, because if what's likely to happen is we're not really going to be going into uni that much.
Not that much, I don't think.
Yeah, I can work on it from home.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, I might not be able to afford food for a few months, but VR controllers, sure.
It'll be okay. Yeah. Be fine.
Priorities.
We'll scavenge.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to next year at uni.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird, but I think it's going to be good.
I think so. I reckon...
It was never going to be our best year anyway, because last year work and stuff like that.
For
Not
you.
for you, obviously.
Yeah.
But again, I do archaeology and ancient history, so it's not really a heavy workload.
Yeah, well, I mean, how do you think exams are going to work next year? Do you think we'll be at a stage where we can go back in and do exams in exam conditions?
I hope so, because then that means that we'll have returned to some form of normal. But I also hope not, because I actually want to pass.
Yeah. Have you seen the there's people online talking about how Durham may have moderated down some of the marks, depending on your subject. As in, like, because following the guidelines that the uni set, a lot of people did fairly well in the exams.
Yeah. Wait, so moderated down is in they gave people worse marks or better marks?
Worse marks.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
supposedly.
intrigued.
I believe that maths and chemistry have done this. I'm not sure about other subjects. Or I'm not even sure if this is true. This might be like a conspiracy theory, but it seems to be the case.
Okay.
But cause I'm not sure what to think of this. Because on the one hand, if everyone is doing better across the board, then it sort of seems like, oh, okay, so maybe some people have been abusing this, and they're getting higher than what they would have otherwise.
But again, it depends on what their boundaries were. Because for us, they said the exam would normally be 2 hours.
Yeah.
We advise you spend around 2 hours on it. But if you want to spend more, you can.
Yeah, that's the thing, because
that doesn't mean spend 2 hours. That means we're advising you spend 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which is different.
I think it's
this is where they didn't. This is where they said specifically spend 2 hours. This is how they catch me out. Simon and Alex show. Yeah.
Nah. It was in the honour pledge that everyone was supposed to sign. And it talks about how you meant to sort of...
no honour pledge.
I believe you did, probably.
I don't think I did. An honour pledge?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a this year thing, but I think we've done it at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, just saying like you're going to follow the guidelines for every exam.
That's fair.
And the guidelines with this being like you're meant to stick to the time you were given, like if it had been a normal exam. But there's no way they can check this.
Big oof for me. I mean, there's a great way they can check it for mine, because I opened the exams the minute they got released and submitted them the minute before they were due.
Yeah, but alternatively,
in fairness, I didn't spend more than maybe 1-2 hours more than I should have. I think I spent 4 hours on one. But that was just because my way of writing exams is I'll do 10 minutes of work, I'll take 10 minutes break, 10 minutes work, 10 minute break, because I just cannot focus my brain for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, but then like they can't check if anyone has stuck to this. There's no way for them to know. Like even if you downloaded it like the first second and submitted it the last second, you don't know what they could have done in the between. They might have just had to download it because they knew their internet was going out for a bit, and then upload it as soon as the internet was back.
Yeah, but it's over. We've got results. We've passed. We're allowed to go on to next year.
Yeah,
for me,
I mean, we're fine. It's just other people.
I've never been like striving towards a first class degree. It's always been more, if I enjoy myself at uni and my grades suffer because of that, that's okay. As long as they don't suffer like drastically to the point where I need to worry about it, then I'm okay with that. I'd rather get a 2-2 or a 2-1 and do stuff like buy boats and make a podcast, do the radio show,
enough.
And enjoy myself.
But then, in the nicest way possible, Alex.
Yep.
I can't think of any employers that are looking for specifically a first class degree in ancient history.
Very
there may well be, but I cannot imagine.
That's a very good point. I have genuinely no idea what I'm going to do career-wise when I leave uni.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
we'll monetize the show. It'll be okay.
Oh, no, you're not relying on me for this.
I'll find another Simon.
Good luck. There's not a common name. Not nowadays.
Yeah, well, if I find somebody who's going to give birth within the next few months, get them to name their child Simon now, then this time next year they'll be about the same size as you.
Right, okay.
They'll probably be funnier than you, to be fair. They'll be happier than you. We realised.
I mean, that one's not difficult. Are you going to draw
yourself smiling in the artwork this week?
Funnily enough, no.
We realised last week that in none of the artwork that Simon's drew, he is smiling.
Yeah. However, I think artworks I've done of myself on my Instagram rather than the shows, I am actually smiling.
Oh, no.
Well, one of them is not really a smile.
Don't use the show as a plug for your own Instagram.
Of course I use the show as a plug for my own Instagram.
No.
It's linked on the show's Instagram. So's yours.
Oh, okay then. Check out our Instagram. Follow us. Follow us both. DM us. We'll get back to you, probably. We'll give you a shout out on the show.
No promises.
Full promises, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Simon and Alex guarantee.
I didn't agree to this. There's no guarantee from me.
If we don't get back to you within a week, then we'll give you 30 quid. So if Simon doesn't get back to you within the week, he'll give you 30 quid. If I don't get back to you, I'll give you 30 quid. So
I'm not giving anyone 30 quid.
There's the promise right there. Simon has just promised that he will get back to you within the week because he has no intention of giving you £30. So, yeah, DM us.
Oh, dear. Now, Alex.
Simon.
I'm thinking next week we may have a special guest for our show.
No.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
No, she keeps asking me.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
That's not what I expect. Okay.
Oh.
It's a bit more of a reaction than I expected, but that does mean I've already picked the thing we're watching next week.
That's okay. 50 Shades of Grey. I fully expected that when it was your sister's turn to come on the show.
That's not quite it. That's not quite it.
Is she going to be in the artwork?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, man. This is the best news I've heard all year.
So
put on my Sunday clothes, get a haircut, looking fresh for the Simon.
There's something to look forward to next week.
Oh, you know how to treat me well, Simon.
Right. Now, shall we move on to this week's movie?
We shall.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Have you got any expectations about this, Alex?
I've asked my friend, because most of the times you get me to watch films, I'm like not 100% sure whether they're going to be all right to watch, whether or not I'll enjoy them. And I've got a few friends from home who I'm in a group chat with, so I dropped them a message. One of them said it was a good film.
Good.
One of them didn't like it. They said it was bad, and the other one said it was just ugly.
Okay, I see. I can't believe I didn't see that one coming. Welcome back.
Okay, it's better than what I was going to do for our intro back.
What were you going to do,
I was
Alex?
just going to scream it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't know. Never mind. We're back from a 3-hour-long masterpiece.
Yeah, you didn't tell me it was 3 hours long, did you?
I might have let that bit slide.
Yeah. I liked watching in 2
but,
parts.
I loved every minute of it when I got to rewatch it again.
I cannot say the same.
Oh dear, Alex.
Yeah, no, I did try. I just don't like cowboy films.
I know, and I respect that.
I don't like cowboy films. There's something about them that...
Yeah?
There is nothing in those films that I can relate to. And I like watching films because there's stuff that I can relate to in them.
Right. Hang on, annoyingly, I'll have to be right back. Just hold that thought.
Oh.
I hope you're ready for 3 minutes of silence here. I'll be a sec.
Okay. I don't know whether he's... Oh, he's leaving the room. He's going. And he's gone. So, welcome to the Alex segment of the podcast where Simon leaves to answer a phone call, I think. So yeah, I guess if I had to... Oh, I don't know. How do I fill time? My favourite cheese? It used to be Edam, but I think now I'm more I like brie. Cheddar. But that's like a basic, generic answer. I've been listening to a bit of Mumford and Sons lately. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, so I won't spend too long on it, but they've got a cool album, Johannesburg, which is, I like it a lot. It's different to the normal stuff. I made chicken tikka the other day. That was quite nice. And the weather's been alright. Been going for walks. Lots of walks around the area. Quite a few nice places to go to in and around Durham. My favourite animal's the penguin. think we've covered that on the show before. I bought a Lego Fiat 500 the other day. That's quite cool. I like my Lego. I wouldn't say I'm a avid collector of it. I used to like collecting it. I used to like getting all the series, and I still got them all. But I don't buy it as frequently as I used to. I was at work last night. By the time this comes out, well, if you're listening to this on release, it will have been last night. Same old, really. Not much I can talk about there. If I had to choose between having no hands or no feet, I would probably choose no feet. Just a little fun fact about me. I just feel like you can get around having no feet. You don't need them for anything other than balance. I think it's easier to make a prosthetic foot than it would be to make a functioning prosthetic hand. So that's fun. If you want to let me know. Simon's back. I was going to say email the show to tell me your preference for hands or feet, but he's back. Hello. How are
Hi,
you?
Alex. I'll also find out what you said later.
How are you? Oh no, I just did a little Alex segment.
Oh, of course, right. No, I just had to help Kat with some baking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know a baking emergency.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that.
So, I mean, it's obviously got more priority than recording a show right now, I guess.
Evidently, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like we're doing this on the day of release.
No. Right. So, you didn't like it. You can't relate to cowboy movies.
Right, yeah, no, cowboy movies are not, I have never, I think that's the first cowboy film I've watched.
Really?
Yeah. My granddad used to always have them on, but he always fell asleep during them. And to be fair, after watching that, I could not blame him.
I like the movies done by this director as opposed to a lot of other westerns, just because a lot of westerns are just like sort of glorifying the old west and like good old American times and such. Whereas this is just there's a lot of people dying, a lot of horrible people.
I didn't realize how not far away we are from cowboys.
Yeah, I did
like
see.
18...
I did see in your picture how long ago was cowboy times.
Yeah, no, I did Google that. Yeah, it was only like the late 1800s. So
yeah,
like
early
the end
1900s.
of the Victorian era, cowboys were going around doing the thing. So
Yeah,
that was fun. Didn't know that.
I believe with the way things lined up, you could have a cowboy, a Victorian gentleman, and a samurai. That's all the same sort of time period.
Okay, I would have put samurais a lot earlier as well.
I mean, samurais have been around for a long time, but they also lasted a long time.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're gone now though.
I'm pretty much.
I said that like I was worried about samurais. Like they pose some kind
You gotta
of
watch out for any samurais around the corner just in case.
But yeah, no, not a super fan on the film.
Hmm?
I couldn't follow it.
What couldn't you follow?
I kind of got the gist of it. There was the good and the ugly were kind of working together, but they weren't. They were using each other.
Yeah.
And then stuff happened. That was basically the entire plot of the film, and just stuff happened in between.
I think it's interesting that in the film The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, all three of them are bad, just to like varying degrees.
Yeah, I thought. Do you know that who's the good? Who plays the good?
Clint Eastwood.
Is that Clint Eastwood?
Yes,
I did not know that.
that's Clint Eastwood.
In that film, there were he doesn't look too dissimilar to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, there were times where I was like, yeah, that could be Hugh Jackman.
I would
probably
not
enjoy the film a bit more.
I would not mind seeing a Hugh Jackman Western movie.
That would be good. That would be very good. Well,
but
it would be. But it's not like, just an expansion on the opening montage of Wolverine Origins.
True.
When he's fighting in like the Civil War and stuff. I'd like to see that.
But going back to what you said earlier, how you can't relate to cowboy films.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say you enjoy Gladiator.
Yeah,
Can you relate to...
exactly. But I study ancient history. It's like an interest of mine.
Right, okay. Whereas
And
this is...
Russell Crowe. So it's like, although it's not like everyday relatable stuff, it's something that I'm still actively interested in. Whereas I've never been interested in cowboys or other like sci-fi kind of thing. I'm not a super fan of sci-fi.
Yeah, I get that.
Which shocks some people. And then just offends me. So yeah.
Got anything else about this film?
I honestly, apart from the fact that like everybody in the film had really, really, really brilliant white eyes and white teeth, and they were all like, perfectly tanned. I couldn't follow it. I tried reading the plot synopsis. I know how much you like the film, and I didn't want to be like, I'm not going to try with it because.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like a collection of short stories than a film.
Yeah, I get that.
Because there's a lot of different like subplots with the whole at the very start where he's working with Tuco, the ugly, like shooting him down when he's supposed to be hanged.
Those guys have amazing hip fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know there's very few people who can shoot a gun without blinking, and Clint Eastwood is one of them.
Wait, like genuinely?
Genuinely, yeah.
Wait, like shoot a gun accurately, or just shoot a gun?
Shoot a gun without blinking, because you've got the big like flash.
No, wait, does it have to be
loud...
accurate though?
No, it doesn't have to be accurate. But
okay,
doing it without blinking is hard enough.
I reckon we could probably do that.
I don't.
What? Not blink?
Yeah.
You spend like 99.9% of your day not blinking.
Yes, but also when you've got a big flash of a gun and a loud noise like right next to you, you're probably gonna blink.
Okay. I've never fired a gun before.
It was interesting that you said like they all had like perfect teeth and stuff, and perfect hands.
Yeah.
A lot of the cast are just people that were nearby filming. This was filmed in Spain, by the way, not America.
I thought you were going to say space.
I can't wait for a film to be shot in space.
What, a cowboy film?
I would love a cowboy film shot in space.
They're going to do a film in space, apparently. I think
are they?
Tom Cruise is like partnered up with like NASA and Elon Musk, I think.
Yeah.
And they're talking about shooting a film in space. So.
I would not surprise me for Mission Impossible.
I don't know whether it's a Mission Impossible, but it was definitely, they were talking about Tom Cruise, and they were definitely talking about Elon Musk.
It would be Mission Impossible. Like the most recent film has a scene where Tom Cruise like jumps out of a jet.
Okay. And
they just film that. There's no effects there. He does actually just jump out of a jet.
He does loads of stunts, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's impressive. Did you spot something a bit weird with the sound in the movie?
It didn't sync up to their mouths.
You are correct.
Yeah, no, I did.
Everything has been dubbed over in that movie because they're not talking English. Because they are Spanish. They're talking Spanish, a lot of them. Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef are talking English.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So everyone just said their lines in their own language.
Because I was looking at their mouths and thinking that like it's not that the words that they're saying aren't lining up with their mouths. It's just there's no correlation. Like
exactly.
Actual.
They just recorded the audio later and put it over the top. Even for the people who are speaking English. Like when you hear Clint Eastwood talking that film, he's talking in like a sound studio somewhere else.
They all talk the same, pretty much.
Well, yeah.
Like the same kind of like tone and stuff like that.
I think that's just more par for the course of movies around that time. Because this was 60s, this movie.
Yeah. You just don't hear anyone talk like that anymore.
Yeah. Now, what did you think of the music?
It was just all that. But just different versions of it.
Not all of it. I love
much all of it.
I love the scene at the end where he's running towards, like, past all the graves. I love that song.
Because that was... I wasn't paying attention to the song. I was paying attention to the fact that it was quite clearly not running past graves. Because set amounts of time the same graves would go past. So it was like, obviously, like a green screen or just a cameraman spinning around in circles.
There's no green screen. There's no like
the
special
same
effects
graves go past.
I think it's just that they look the same.
I think he was just spinning around in circles.
I mean, the whole thing was a circle. The whole graveyard.
Yeah, but he must have been standing on a point, spinning around in circles.
Yeah, that's not something...
If you're filming anything and you're moving at speed, at least the horizon's going to be in focus, but none of those things at all were in focus.
Do you know how dangerous this film was to make? There's a lot of times...
A trick question?
No, this is not a trick question. A lot of times during filming, the actor for Tuco nearly got like injured seriously.
Oh,
there's a few of them
he
where
was just a big old goof.
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in that film.
Yeah,
like you've got Clint Eastwood who barely ever says a word and he never shuts up.
Yeah, no, I like them.
They've got a good dynamic, I think.
It's like the Simon and Alex show.
Sure, yes. But no, like there's a scene at the end where Clint Eastwood throws him a shovel and it lands like in the dirt. That's so close to his hand in that shot. It could have just sliced his hand off.
Oh,
you can see it as well. It's like dangerously close. And not even that. There's a scene in the film where they blow up a ridge, right?
Yeah. Oh, a bit of like something heavy flew towards him.
Yes.
Yeah, because it hit a sandbag and I was like, Jesus Christ, like that.
Yeah, no, that's a real explosion.
A bit of styrofoam. That was like something.
That's a real block.
Hefty, yeah.
And that whole explosion went off far too early. None of the cameras were ready. One of the guy operating it.
Wait, they actually exploded a bridge?
Oh yeah.
You only get one take for that.
Yeah, that's correct. And they got lucky with that.
They got real lucky.
The guy who was in charge of blowing up the bridge misheard something the director said, and he thought it meant like go, so he did it. And
it's a perfect definition of you had one job.
Anyway, I love this film.
All right film. It's a film that I want to be able to enjoy.
Yeah,
I just struggle to.
I get that. Not every person will like every film.
Yeah,
but this film's excellent, and you're wrong.
Fair. Well, I'll remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I got some kayaks.
Yeah, you got some kayaks. We had the whole thing in the first half of this episode where I'm having a go at you for almost wasting money on a boat. You get lucky by not spending that money on the boat and instead spend money on two boats. Two inflatable kayaks, by the way, which I don't trust.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They come with armbands. Well, they come with one armband per kayak. So between the two kayaks, I have a set of armbands.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't trust that. I would get a life jacket.
No, I'm going to get life jackets too.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah. I've not told you why I got them.
To be honest, I never think you have a reason for anything.
Okay, so my dad was basically telling me off for nearly buying the boat. Because it was 15 foot worth of boat and I had nowhere to keep it. I couldn't even pick it up. I have no tow bar on my car.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll get something smaller. The kayaks aren't like the end game. The end game is like a wooden kayak to strap to the top of the car because it's amazing. So he messaged me saying, tomorrow Lidl is selling kayaks for like 40 quid each, which is a steal.
Okay.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And I was on night shift, so I was really upset because it's usually the kind of thing that sells out pretty quickly.
Is it?
No, like it is.
Okay. I'm not really in the kayak buying business.
Well, neither am I, but it's usually the thing that sells out really quickly.
Okay.
It was like Lidl's bargain of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I finished my night shift and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll drive to Lidl. It was like 5 a.m. Lidl didn't open till 8. I always have a sleeping bag in the back of the car anyway.
You camped out in front of Lidl?
Well, in the car park.
For a kayak? For two kayaks?
Woke up, went in, at like 8 o'clock. Bought 2 kayaks, and they were pretty much the last 2 kayaks, and they were sold out within 15 minutes. Like everywhere. Like everywhere in the UK.
Right.
So, got 2 kayaks.
I guess you have 2 kayaks. What's the plan with them, Alex? What do you intend on
get
doing
one,
with 2 kayaks?
But then you said that you would never get in a boat with me because you would need...
I also sort of said that I don't want to get in an inflatable boat either. Because they're not safe.
How are they not safe?
Wait,
they're only not safe if you don't make them safe.
I don't trust you to make it safe.
But that's why you can use your own.
I'm not getting in this kayak, Alex.
You are?
No.
You are. When we do the 500...
Where are you gonna take this?
A lake.
Which lake is gonna let you do this?
Just any lake, won't they?
You better hope for good weather, because if there's even like a slight bit of wind, you're gonna be thrown off of that thing. Where are you keeping these?
In the boot of the car.
Okay, right. I was gonna say, like, if I have to step over a kayak every morning to get to the kitchen, I'm not gonna be happy.
I mean, I can keep them in the living room if you want.
You know, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. You're not back anyway, so you get
no not yet.
You get no say in anything. Have you been up to much?
Just, more driving practice.
Okay. Going well?
Yeah. I went on the dual carriageway.
Dual carriageway is 70 miles an hour?
Yes. Yeah. I'm okay. I don't like how long it took you to get that.
I've told you this, right? My theory.
Yes.
I've told you about when I did my theory.
Yes, you did.
But we went on a bar crawl the week before, like exactly a week before my theory was due. I lost my wallet. Still haven't found it. And it had my license in it. And you can't do your theory without your license. So my dad was like, ring them up, cancel the theory. Just rebook it, because you'll lose your money. And I left it too late. And there was no point ringing up. Because it was like, I can cancel it and I'd lose my money. Or I could not cancel it and I'd still lose my money. So I reapplied for my driving license and was just like, yeah, I'll just take the hit and rebook my test. So my plan was to just do a whole week of theory before the test and then nail it. So I hadn't done any theory. The only theory that I knew was from the motorbike, but to get on the motorbike, they said to us, do you know what the highway code is? We said yes, and they said that's all we need to know. So the only theory I knew was from a motorbike, and that wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
So it's Monday morning, which is when my test is meant to be booked for, and I get a phone call from my dad saying, you've got a letter. Do you want me to open it? I said, yeah, no problem. It was my driving license. So he said, when are you going to rebook your test for? I said, actually, I haven't cancelled the test. It's still for like 1 o'clock today. And he said, right, I'm getting in the car. We're going over to Sunderland. You sitting the test. So I said, yeah, okay, cool. Went over. I can't remember what you needed to pass. But in the actual theory, I only got 2 marks more than the threshold. And in the hazard perception, which I thought I'd be really good at because I'd been on the road for a year on the motorbike. Yeah. In the hazard perception, I got exactly what you needed to pass.
Oh no.
But I've been on the road for a year after that, so...
Oh yeah, I feel really reassured about that.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
True, but also knowing the rules of the road would help.
I've only crashed twice.
Yeah, that's...
It's just your fault that you happened to be the only person in the car both of those times.
I think it's more that you're trying to show off to me, and...
That's exactly
I think that's all on you.
Yeah. I'm constantly seeking your approval. That's all it is.
Well, obviously.
I just want to make you think that I'm cool, so you tell your parents that I'm cool, so when I eventually marry your sister...
Oh, no.
They'll realise
I don't need to tell my parents anything, because they listen to this show, right? And they already know what you're like, so there's no chance of that ever happening.
That's not my fault, because they only started listening to the show after, after episode 8.
Yeah.
So anything before episode 8, I cannot be held accountable for, because I didn't know that I was supposed to become enough good because adults were listening.
Well, I mean, even aside from that, you gotta make yourself like come across in a good light, Alex.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, fair. Right. So next week we do have a special guest.
We do. I've calmed down since the announcement.
We will be joined by the wonderful Cat Lake.
The Honourable Cat Lake.
I'm not sure that's an official title, but yeah.
The wonderful Cat Lake. The beautiful Cat Lake. The...
I wouldn't go that far.
Smaller than Simon Cat Lake.
Yeah, go with that one. Now, do you know what film we're going to be watching next week?
Has she chosen a film?
Yes, she has. Have a guess.
I'm going to guess it's a Disney film.
It's not.
Oh. It's an animation.
I mean, no.
You're wrong.
It's been all the rage recently because it's recently come out as a film version.
So it wasn't a film version.
That is correct.
Was it a TV series?
Nope.
A book?
Nope.
A photo?
No. Photo.
I don't know. I don't know what else something can be before it's turned into a film.
I mean, think more classical than that, Alex.
Beethoven.
No, but somehow closer.
Oh. You're going to have to tell me.
It's a stage musical.
Okay.
Okay. Are you looking for... I mean, these are the terms. If you want my sister on the show, you've got to watch this.
I categorically said that Moana was the first and last musical that we would watch on the show.
Yep.
But I really want...
Well, we're going to be watching Hamilton next week.
Disney, isn't it?
It's
on Disney Plus.
It is on Disney Plus, but like maybe they have the rights to the film, but the stage play is not like owned by them.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've actually not seen this.
Neither have I. There's a reason I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, I've had some friends since like secondary school that have been obsessed with this, so I've heard a lot of the music from it. But I've no idea how it all like connects together at all, and I don't know the actual story it's based off. I think it's. I've heard that it's historically inaccurate because they didn't actually sing all the time.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's handy, I went into high school expecting it to be musical. It was not. Film and TV lied to me, so it's handy to know that. So when I'm writing my history essays, I don't.
Oh, I would have thought you'd be looking forward to this one, Alex. It's a historical thing.
Yeah, but I'm an ancient historian.
Yeah, well, this is ancient history for America because they've got no history. Well, none of the European Americans have history. Everyone they murdered had a bit more history than them.
That's right, Simon. Take it away from the natives.
I was doing the opposite, Alex. Right. So we've got that.
Do we fade out to the cowboy noise?
Cowboy noise?
Yeah.
What do you mean by cowboy noise?
You know what I mean. The entire soundtrack of that film.
Okay. We don't really have the rights to do that.
Meow, 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 meow.